Hello and welcome to EvilGinger Miniatures, where we're very much in a situation of hurry up and wait. I have ground to a halt on the clearing up of the workshop downstairs because I have shockingly run out of black bin bags. I didn't get any last time I was supposed to be going. I went out shopping for that sort of thing because whenever I've got them in the past, I've always discovered that there's been another roll in the drawer that's got one taken off it. But this time I didn't, thinking there would be one in the drawer like every other flaming time, and no, there isn't. So I've got the two black plastic bags that I've got on the go at the moment, and they are my last two. So that's episode 1 of Hurry Up and Wait. Episode 2 is I've got some work to do on some models. You might have seen these in the pictures on Facebook. This is the marksman for a frost grey group that I've nearly finished painting. Needs a bit of green stuff. Out of green stuff. It's on order, but it's not here yet, so that's waiting. These are the it's a standard bearer for my wild band warband for both Elsewhere and Warhost. I'm going to use the Warhost rules for it to play it on Elsewhere with a little bit of mag. This needs a bit of green stuff as well. This one at least, but I want a bit more hair on them at the back of the helmets and stuff like that, and I want to do things like fill in behind beards because beards don't work that much like that. As I say, this one doesn't need it that much, but our hornblower, as you can see, probably needs some longer hair at the back, and our chieftain definitely does. As you can see, his hair is oddly separate from him, as if it's a piece that you've attached. It isn't, but he's otherwise done, and I primered him and then realised, oh, I really should have done that. And of course, I need it for the orcs, who are for the Warhost project, where I need to turn things like that cloak into a fur cape, and I need to put some wolf fur on the chieftain's bodyguard. I also need more figures for that I've got done, and I also need more figures for my heroes, which I'm reminded of because I just before filming this, I did a patron welcome video, and I was mentioning that my heroes would be something that would be up on there, particularly the adventures that I'm writing for them. I'm also having fun with the speaker. I'm getting a lot of feedback, even at very low volumes, so I'm not sure what is going on with it. But they're only a cheap pair of speakers, so I think they might be getting towards the end of their sell-by date. But again, this is another little annoyance because I'm going to have to buy another pair of speakers, probably a better pair of speakers, and work out where to put them, and that sort of thing, because these were just propped up on things, and like everything else in this office, they got knocked off of surfaces continually. So them being bashed about might be the problem. At the moment, I've only got it on when I'm needing to listening back to stuff, and I'm trusting that the OBS little, oh, you're recording this thing, is actually working. Don't know whether it is or not, but I'll have to see when I listen to this back. What else have we got on? Well, I'm also waiting for a full warband and some other supporting troops from Victrix, so that I can carry on with John Martin's Earl of Pembroke force, and some of which are almost complete down there. And I also need to order some decals and some flags for various things for the Black Order and for the Normans that I'm doing for the video editor chap, which would be done, but I keep forgetting. Oh, well, I don't forget. I run out of money before I get to ordering them. The decals for the flags, which also happen to be the same ones that I need for the other Pembroke. For some of his senior knights will have his livery on their shields. The rest of them will just be, bicolour shields of the appropriate colour. So they're on the way. I've got my dragons going on. Again, I'm waiting for bases off war bases for those, because I need bigger, chunkier bases to make them look neat, and I'll sculpt them in. But they're pretty much done, and I've got more dragons to build, and I will probably be building more dragons over the week. But my big project, this are the KNLI, which are really, really, really nearly finished, and are one of the things that I could actually find homes for, because I ordered a load of boxes at the weekend, end of last week, and whilst I'm going to need more, don't know, I always need more storage boxes. I'm going to be able to put the KNLI somewhere when I finish them. At the moment, they're currently sitting here in this shiny state because I just decided that they needed a coat of varnish just to protect them a little bit. And some of the finish I was putting on was a teeny bit fragile, and I was keeping having to fix it. So these just basically need the barrels doing and a little bit of metalwork picking out and matte varnishing. And now I've got a brush matte varnish that works. I can do that, and I can finish basing them, and you can see all of that on here as I go along. But today is going to be largely about doing whatever clearing up I can do with given us the black bad situation, and manoeuvring things into storage boxes. So I might look a little bit quiet, but I'm going to have gotten plenty of those done, which you may already have seen, as I always get time order things a little bit muddled up, as I haven't done them as I record this, but I will have done them by the time this goes out on Tuesday. Currently, I am time travel back to Sunday, so I've obviously got time to do quite a bit of work, seeing the workload that I can turn out. So we will see on that one. What else have we got going? Again, replacement speakers. I'm still waiting for a large hard drive to come, so that I can use this and properly archive everything on it. It's 12 gig, so that should give me about 10 or 11 of these. No, 20 odd of these from the laptop, where I do most of my processes on there. I could do it on here, but on the big beast that I'm recording this on, unfortunately it's a little fiddly, and I'm not 100% sure whether or not the little USB thing that I've put in actually operates properly. But that's something I will have to try, and I intend to try with doing recordings on the camcorder, but I haven't done one of those, so we shall see on that one. Other than that, I'm trying to work out a date for a regular live stream. I was thinking of the last Sunday of every month, probably in the afternoon or evening. Unfortunately, while I was thinking of it, this weekend just gone, well, thinking of it last month as it is now, again, time is a thing that I lose track of. I was a little in the middle of a mental health wibble, and I really wasn't up to doing stuff like that. In fact, barely did anything at all. But we'll leave that at that for now, because I've said enough about that, and I don't want to get anybody set off because it's contagious, or can be. So that's that. What else is unplanned? I've put the days off on hold for the moment because, frankly, the whole idea of the days off was to go out and do things, and I'm finding it a bit of an issue to go out and do things on a regular basis, or at least it becomes a stressor when I do. So I'm going to be out when I can get out and not on a routine, but I still be having random sort of little adventures to cheer me up and keep me going as time goes on. But at the minute, mostly I'm waiting for stuff to come. I'm waiting for paint from Army Painter. I'm waiting for green stuff from Army Painter. I'm waiting for stuff from Victrix. I'm waiting for enough money to order another speaker, and to get the mounting things for the cameras, so I can actually get a better view of what on earth's going on around here. Because I had intended to order them out of the money that I borrowed for getting, but it ended up getting used for this and for the big drive, rather than for the extension bits or for storage boxes, which is what because it was meant to be for camera improvements and storage boxes, but I ended up spending a significant part of it on archive drive, which isn't here yet. It's alleged to be here on the 9th, so that is what, as I record this, he says, I think it's again, the whole time thing is, as I record this is due, ironically, next Sunday, but I'll probably get it before then, and hopefully everything will be set up well before then. So that'll be something out of the way, and then I can concentrate on getting the extension, the arm for the camcorder, so I can record stuff down here from a fixed camera, and it can be all blended together by the editing guy as I originally suggested. Yes, getting my head in order is a bit of an issue at the moment. So other things I've got to do is I've got to clear up on there, and I've got to drag stuff out and photograph it, and I've got to pack away all of the paints that I got into these trays. That includes the one that I managed to tip all over my feet the other night, and currently I'm working myself up to crawling around on the floor under this desk here to recover, because they're all over the floor along with the storage box that they were in. Also sorting out some of the boxes on there that I've got will allow me more space for these. These are really useful, but they are not exactly the size I would use for figures, but they're great for paints. So you can get plenty of paints in them. But I'll probably do that immediately after filming it, because I'm slowly working myself up the energy to go down on my hands and knees. My knees do not like being hands and knees. I'm definitely an upright quadruped, and not in any way upright biped, not quadrupedal. I'll get my words right eventually. Words hard-ish are. So, but progress is being made as always. It's not as fast as I would like it. I got my brushes in, and I got lots of work done in a spurt. After the brushes were done, I've got a load of scenery to do, but again, I've finally decided how to do those, but that requires me to order some bases, and that requires me to have a little bit of money to order those bases with, but I'll have those all by the weekend anyway. So again, progress, and you'll see pictures of it. It's a European minefield. It's going to be done in 2 stages. It's 10 6-inch square bases in each batch, so that's 26-inch square bases, and it's going to be a minefield with barbed wire entanglements, a bit like the desert one I did a while back, but with the more developed idea of what I'm actually trying to achieve, and obviously a lot more tufts and grass and small bushes and things on the base, because it's Europe and wetter, and stuff grows more in the wet than it does in the desert. There'll also be the same nice 3D printed mines scattered about the place. and I'll try and make it into a little bit of a mini diorama. On the subject of mini dioramas, I'm also ordering some big bases, or possibly just A4 sheets of 3mm MDF, which I will be turning on into things that I can put figures on. And using a Hodgson background, I can actually photograph things against a scenic background. Now, I'm expecting to get hit by a load of people saying it's AI. It's not. As far as I know, John Hodgson doesn't use AI, and I will be using them because I will have a commercial license for using them, and I will have an increasing number of commercial licenses for using them. It will also mean that I can photocopy them and mount them on MDF if that's going to be a better way than using the books. Also, since I had the little short about them, I have found where I hid my books. They weren't in that racking. They were actually downstairs, staring me in the face, and I have walked past them on the way to coffee every day for months. This is flipping typical, as the ability of stuff to be invisible in plain sight is really, really irksome and quite common. But I'll be doing a short about the Hodgson books again shortly, if that's not going to be a pun. And if it's a pun, well, sorry. I do puns occasionally, not as many as some, but I do puns. And that's just made me remember something which I need to act on before I forget. Because again, this is a thing I have to do. So, I think you've had about 20 odd minutes of me, and I'm very definitely rambling and becoming incoherent. So I'm going to leave that at that, and I'm going to do the thing I remembered before I forget. So take care from everybody, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye for now. Goodbye.